Hey guys, welcome back to Overtakes. This is Misfit.
And I'm Kel.
And today we're going to hit you with some news that's going on. I'm going to talk a little bit about the community countdown weekend, I guess they're calling it. It started yesterday, where we have a bunch of stuff, different events, some scrims going on for 2 days. And then we have Anna Paintball and Ash 1v1s and all kinds of fun stuff. And the streamer, the streamer caster match, I guess, would be the last thing. At least it's some sort of preseason. It means everything is here.
Right.
And I'm hyped.
This is the pre-week or whatever. So we're going to get some scrims and the fun all-star-like events. So yeah. It's going to be a good time. Then we have one last thing that we did. We are in our fantasy league. We had our draft the other night.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about that a little bit too.
All right, guys. This is going to be part 2 of our weekend wrap-up. This is where we talk about our fantasy league. Here you go. But we did a fantasy draft with a bunch of different podcasts and podcasters, and it was an overall blast. We did it on highnoon.gg. Now, if you guys want to do fantasy, I don't know what Winston's Labs plans are, but let's go over the High Noon GG before we get into what we did and the smack and all that good stuff. Go over there. They have 3 different types of league. They have the Pick'em. They have your standard drafting league. They have snake drafts and all that stuff if you guys play any fantasy sports. And then they have an unlimited league, which we're going to be doing one. We'll be talking about it at the beginning of the week. And we'll be setting it up. Anyone that's on the channel can join. The password's going to be in the description. And it's not ready yet. We'll get it there. And then we'll go from there and see what you guys, if you guys can pick the best team. We're going to have prizes and things like that. We're going to have a bigger prize at the end, and then we're going to do, we've been talking about the skin thing. We've been trying to figure out how to give you guys these skin tokens that we have. So whoever wins the stage gets basically one jersey, or one home and away skin thing. So 100 credits or whatever they are.
Yeah, it's like 100 Overwatch League
credits
or whatever for your game, so you can get the skin of your choice.
Yeah.
We're going to be giving away those at the winner of each stage. The 4th stage will get something different, but it's going to be totally worth it. We guarantee that.
You're going to get profit eating pizza at your house or something. That's a little too much. We're not actually going to be able to do that. I don't know. Does anyone know Profit?
Maybe. I don't know. We could talk to some of these other guys.
Yeah.
Maybe they do. I mean,
I don't know. Anyway,
we need one of these other fellow podcasters that speaks Korean so they can talk to Profit for us.
We have to go to somebody's house and eat pizza because these weird guys on fucking YouTube and podcasting, they decided that you're a prize now.
Right. So the other podcasters that we are doing this league with, so the other league thing that they have is the more traditional fantasy league where you draft your own team, and then everything is scored. You get 1 point for every 1,000 damage, 1 point for every 1,000 healing, and half a point for every elimination.
It's very simple.
Yes,
it's very simple. It's not complicated. Like if anyone played last year, I tried because we were talking about setting one up last year when we first started doing this, and it was just too much.
There was way too much.
And then they changed it a lot.
Yeah, and it kept getting changed, and it was all over the place. And they made a promise that any of the changes are going to be only for the better, and they're only going to get implemented between stages.
And you can put them in if you want or not.
Yeah.
And since we're doing an unlimited, which is you don't have to draft. You're picking what you think the best roster is going to be for that week.
Yeah, that's for our one.
Yeah.
So for our podcast league, we're doing a standard league where there's 10 teams. There's different podcasts or YouTube shows that are in it with us. So there's a lot of really cool guys in there. So there's Overwatch League by the Numbers, FOWL Play, the Bird Watchers, Broverwatch, On the Flank, us, and Overwatch League Recap. I think there's some other ones in there too.
Yeah, we had the guys that Overwatch League by the Numbers. I mean, they're the ones that they're doing a fantasy show. Definitely check them out. These guys check all of these guys out. Actually,
yeah,
they're all super great podcasts, super great YouTube channels, and it's part of the fun of being in this, is having different outlets.
Right. We had such a blast talking to everybody. We were all in Discord last night talking trash about each other's picks, and we got a lot of flack for some of the picks that we made, but I think there's definitely some bias. There was definitely some team bias that some of these guys had, but also just some bias in that, like, oh, well, that person's on a bad team, so they're not going to do very well. But it's like, that's not necessarily the case, because them being on a bad team means that they're going to get they're going to put up numbers. Yeah. And that's one of those key things with fantasy is, like, the team that they play on doesn't matter necessarily. I mean, if we're talking fantasy football, for the longest time, the Browns were like a fantasy wasteland. Yeah. But you had bad teams like the Jaguars, where you had guys that were putting up monster numbers, but they won 3 games in the season.
Like that one year, like Blake Bortles, Allen Robinson, and they had another one.
They won 4 games that season, and
anyone that had those guys on their team went.
Oh yeah,
or it was like I was saying, like Mark Folger.
Allen Robinson carried me to my championship season.
Yeah. I mean, guys that you don't think of.
Right, guys you don't think of. Or even going back a little even more, when you had Maurice Jones-Drew.
Oh, yeah.
When he was just putting up huge numbers on that god-awful team where they had literally him and nobody else.
Basically, the Jaguars are a fantasy machine, and that's about it.
Right. So there's definitely going to probably be some teams in there that are going to be like that. Like, teams that aren't going to win very much, but hey, they're going to have some players that are going to put up numbers.
Yeah, if you take like a look at like last year, you had guys like, you could take Manitin from Florida as an off tank. Right. You could take somebody like Dia from Shanghai, or even Undead when he was playing. I mean, those are kind of on shitty teams. I mean, obviously you're not taking too much from Florida. Maybe you take Logix. Yeah, but he was inconsistent. Yeah, inconsistencies. But we went on the we did the Patriots style, like we were saying in the Open.
Yeah. So. We ended up picking second. OGE went first overall, so that left us open to take Jonak because hey, if they're counting healing and DP or healing and damage and eliminations, who's going to get more of those than anybody else? Jonak. Yeah.
So, I mean, I was ready to take Badosin.
Yeah, we were ready to take Badosin because we figured Jonak's going to go first overall the way. But hey, he's there, and we're taking him.
I mean, Oj isn't a bad pick.
No, for sure.
I mean, first though, I question that, but
yeah, first overall is a little questionable.
But you never know. I mean, the meta shifts and Jonak is irrelevant.
Right.
We're fucked.
But hey, I feel like Jonak is one of those kinds of players where no matter what he's doing, he's going to be putting up numbers. Yeah, he might not put up, if it's the same as it was last year where he's exclusively playing Zenyatta, then we're really set. If he's forced to play more Ana, then it's going to be not as good, but I'm still not going to be mad.
Yeah.
Because he's going to be putting up ridiculous healing numbers. And the only thing that sucks is I wish there was like a way
He's going to do a lot of damage too.
I wish they could put in like a point system for like
assists?
Landing ridiculous sleeps or things like that, or even assists. That might come down the line.
But you know what though? If you really think about it, that would make supports way too powerful.
Yeah, true.
Because even with Mercy and Moira,
you're literally just holding the damage hose on them, and then or even the healing hose, you get assists as Mercy.
Yeah. So you end up, but assists might be a little much.
You're right.
I like the way they have it set up, and then so. The rest of our team makeup is going to be of guys that are really good, at least in our mind. Yeah. They're not. Are they the best? No.
But we feel like they're going to put up numbers.
Except for Libero is going to be the guy. Yeah. He's our Gronk.
Yeah. We got a lot of crap for the Libero pick, though.
Yeah, I know we got a lot of crap, but you know what? He plays every
hero. He is meta-proof. So I don't understand why it's like they've got a lot more people that are playing damage, but they don't have anybody that has the hero pool that Libero does.
No, they don't.
And I think that like Libero was one of the more underrated players in the league last year. He carried that team a lot. There were times, absolutely. There were so many times where he just completely carried,
especially when they were trying to figure out the meta.
Yes. So I loved our pick of Libero.
And then we got our tanks. We're going with off tanks because if you think about who gets the most eliminations, the most damage, it's going to be your diva players. Yep. So we took Zumba and Envy. And
then we're going to go, so with those two, you're going to get a lot of damage, a lot of assists, a lot of eliminations. So, I mean, those guys are going to put up numbers.
And especially...
If you listened to us before, you have to know how much we loved Envy. Envy was one of our favorite tanks to watch last season for the time that he was playing.
Because he was aggressive and...
He was so aggressive and it was so fun to watch. And then him paired with Fate was amazing. I'm very interested to see how he's going to pair with their main tank on Toronto. But
I think it's going to be decent enough.
I think it's going to be good enough. And I think he's a good enough player that he will be able to transcend any of that. And even if the Defiant are as bad as everyone thinks they're going to be, except for us, we're the only ones that... And Michael that really feel like they're going to be... they're going to be right in that playoff mix.
That middle is going to be... It's going to be so jumbled, though.
It really is. And it's going to be changing every week, I feel like.
Yeah. But Envy is a solid pick just because of solid numbers.
Right. And then with the improvement that Soul is going to have, I think Zumba is a sneaky good pick.
Yeah, Zumba's going to put up numbers with Fissure.
Probably where we dropped the ball a little bit was in our other support, because, man, once we got to those middle rounds, that's when those the Zenyatas were flying out of there. So we ended up with Nuss. But, hey, if you're going to have a main healer, I mean, might as well have one of the best main healers, second probably to Arc.
Yeah, and the thing is you got a guy who's going to play a lot of... Lucio gets more eliminations than Mercy.
Yes.
With the amount of Lucio play that's going to happen, we could have gone for a better Lucio player, I think, but on a team like this...
That was the other thing is, Big Goose got snatched up. He was, third round.
Yeah. So, Big Goose was gone, and Toby was gone pretty early, I think.
Yeah.
And a couple of the other guys. I mean...
But I like the Nuss pick. Plus, I think Nuss has a wider range of heroes that he'll play, too. And he's always eager to play anybody but Mercy. So
yeah.
I think that's going to be big
that's
for
pretty
him.
much all of them.
Right. So, but then also factoring in, we don't know what the next character is going to be, but it's pretty much a guarantee that it's going to be a support, and most likely it's going to be a main support.
Yeah.
So depending on how that plays out, that character could really influence all of this and just completely throw a wrench in everything. So you never know.
And then one of the picks that we made, which is kind of a backup for our support line, I don't know how we picked Kareev because I think at some point he's going to switch back to Zenyatta.
Yeah.
So,
but in the meantime of him playing DPS, I think he's going to put up numbers because in that short time where he was playing a lot of Soldier and a lot of what else was he playing?
He was playing. He wasn't really playing Tracer. He was playing Soldier. Didn't really do well on Pharah. He played Sombra.
Yeah.
He was playing that other stuff that Soon couldn't play.
The DPS that he was playing, I think he did really well, and I think he was really underrated as a DPS player. So I really like the pick, and I mean I was pretty instrumental in that pick. I was like, take Kareev, and we got so much shit for that one, but I don't care because I think Kareev is going to put up numbers this year, and that's all that matters.
He's our Julian Edelman.
Yep, he's going to put up numbers, and people are going to be like, huh? Yeah.
How did we get beat by them? Yeah, that's what everyone says about the Patriots every week.
Exactly. And then our other DPS, who's going to be playing a ton, especially right now, is Dia. I mean, look at the numbers he put up last year
for a shitty,
with the garbage team. And, the upgrade that they have everywhere else is only going to help him.
Yeah. He's going to be amazing this year.
I think he's going to put up really, really, really good numbers.
And then our bench, we loaded up on tanks and supports.
Yeah.
We got a couple of main supports, couple of main tanks. Well, one main tank, we got Sato.
Yeah. But if I'm not mad about it. I can't believe how far Sato fell, actually.
Because the way they play, they always have a limbs.
And with the hyper-aggressive way that Philly plays, I think he's going to be right up there with eliminations and everything.
And then we took Bishu off tank.
Yep.
I mean, everybody knows they're a good team, and he's really good. I think he's going to play more than Void.
Yeah.
And we took him next to last.
Yeah.
Just because he was there, and you can't have enough. It's like taking running backs and
exactly.
If this guy's
taking flyers on some of these guys,
yeah, especially later on,
right?
One guy that kind of fell that I thought is going to be a solid pick is Eileen.
Yeah.
DPS. So, I mean, if Libero does go back to support and we have to shuffle that around, or not Libero, Kareev.
Yeah.
I don't know, Libero probably could play support too.
Probably.
I don't think he's going to on that team, but...
No. But, yeah, we picked up Eileen. But I think one of our sneaky good picks is going to be Neptuno.
Yeah. I think Neptuno's going to be good. It depends on, the meta and what he's playing, but he's solid enough.
Yeah. And then we also had, our last pick was Masa, mostly just like a late round flyer. Just wanting to see where he ends up. But I think that could work out pretty well for us. If it doesn't, then hey, it's whatever. You drop him to the waivers and grab somebody else. And that's the key to fantasy.
Watching that waiver wire.
Yep. And look at the guys that are putting up numbers.
They're currently working on that right now. So right now, as of this second, it's just a work in progress. So guys, definitely support it. There'll be a link down below to go to our thing at the beginning of the week, but I'm going to have a general link down there just so you guys can go there and start your own if you want, play in other leagues. But, we're going to set ours up beginning of the week before the season starts, just not today.
Right.
All right, guys, that's going to do it for a little weekend edition. And thanks a lot for tuning in, wherever you're tuning in, YouTube, the various podcast, whatever, iTunes or Spotify or...
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks a lot for your support. Thanks for watching, listening. Definitely hit a like, a subscribe if you're on YouTube. Everywhere else, rate us, check us out. Definitely leave comments down here, Twitter, hit us in Discord. Anywhere, you guys, we want to get this, rolling, the talking and all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we got literally days.
Yeah.
And we have stuff going on right now. We will talk to you guys later. Have a good one.
Catch you guys on the next one. Later.